Under the provisions of the law, there are some certain restrictions conferred on driving of trucks during certain hours. Wouldn't that be crippling commercial activities in Lagos?
Now, the law says trailers shouldn't move between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. Now, of course, you might want to argue that, oh, we need to move things and they should, commercial activities in Lagos demand that we allow trucks to move at all times. But we need to then weigh it against the disadvantages of having trucks on the road at all times. The first is that when you get stuck in what we call the hold-up, go slow, a very bad one. Typically, you are going to find at the end of it all a broken down trailer. Typically. When you have accidents within the metropolis, by the time you get to the spot, you are most likely to find a truck, being the cause of that accident. And again, another thing is that a lot of these trucks are quite badly maintained, and therefore, once they get stuck in traffic, they overheat, they break down, and then they aggravate the traffic. And you can imagine the inconvenience caused to thousands of others, and sometimes millions, because some of these things, once they happen, can affect other routes, and before you know it, it's like the whole of Lagos is bogged down.
But that's still a peak period now. You may want to agree. What alternative structure has been put in place to make this law more productive and people's friendly?
Well, there are options. You see, if trailers are banned, there are smaller pickup trucks that one could use. You don't have to use a trailer. If your intention is to distribute goods within the metropolis, you don't have to use long trailers. And then, of course, exceptions are made for fuel tankers and for trailers that are used solely for carriage of passengers, because some typically construction companies use such. So it's to encourage light trucks, and not have heavy trailers on the roads at all times.
Sorry, if we look at the pictures there, sometimes the way we switch lanes here in Lagos, is there any provision for that in the law, banning in discriminate way you switch lanes here?
What I need to explain about this law also is that it does not completely replace all of the traffic rules that we used to know. Those traffic rules are still applicable in Lagos State. It has always been a bad way to drive, to just switch lanes. So those prohibitions are traditional, they are still there. What Lagos State government is doing to assist compliance is lane marking. You would have seen that we are stepping up the efforts to get lanes marked. And you find that gradually, with the road infrastructure being improved, with lane markings, with the traffic signs, we are also installing a lot of signals and signs and things, and then encouraging people to go for further training. A lot of people were never trained anyway before they took to driving. But we now have Drivers Institute. We're insisting that for a start, all of the commercial drivers will go through a retraining process. And you see that they will understand better, certain things that are usually demanded on the roads, which we have sort of kept aside because we never kept to the rules.
That brings me to this question. Looking at a holistic approach to these traffic rules and laws, shouldn't we be looking at the issuance of issuing driver's license? Because the laws takes care of the immediate needs. Now, we have new people that would want to take driver's license and all of that. And driver's license is something in Lagos that almost every Tom, Dick, and Harry has. Now, let me give you an example. when you go to the bank, you want to register and all of that, they will tell you identify yourself. And the most popular form of identification is the driver's license.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it takes only 3 days to get that. Now, in mapping up, you know, the new rules and regulations with issuing the driver's license, how do you think that we can balance that? Because we can call bots on ground, but then more people will come who don't know anything about driving, who don't have ethics, who don't understand it. They will still have driver's license, and one day when they have access to car, they start to drive.
Yeah, good observation. That has been the situation, but it's going to change very soon and very radically because we are going to have driver's license being issued by the state government. A lot of the ones you referred to were fake anyway. A lot of people were able to get these licenses without any driving lessons or driving test. But now the structures are in place. We're just getting in the equipment to enable us. We've sorted out the legal issues about whether we always had the power to issue, but at some point there was a confusion about FRSC having the authority, but it's now recognized that we will do the testing, we will do the issuance of driver's licenses, and this time, you know, we not only test your driving, we test your sight, we get all your details, biometrics and all that encoded in the driver's license, so that anyone that holds the driver's license issued by Lagos State government can be trusted to have gone through the proper training and orientation process.
Well, we'll look at the collaboration you're having with the FRSC, if you're working together on this, as well as the LASMA, which is your own state outfit looking at traffic. But before we get there, let's look at this section 2.1, which says control of regulation, no trailers. You know, sometimes you have to break down this language or terminologies for people to understand. And it says, well, trailer other than petrol tankers and long vehicles used in conveying passengers shall enter into or travel within the metropolis of Lagos between the hours of 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. And does this imply that the petrol tankers are exempted from this?
Yes, they are exempted.
Why is that?
Yeah, because not exempting them might cause other problems. You may then have fuel scarcity and all sorts, you know, which again can quickly aggravate traffic problems in Lagos. So they are exempted. We'll still hope that they will operate mostly at night, because even for them it is easier, you know, to get from where they load to where they want to discharge at night. It's so much easier. Okay, but we are not going to compel them the way we'll compel other trailers.